Okay, again, everyone, we are officially on the record. My name is Judge Tamika West Bernard. I'm presiding over the first appearance calendar for Magistrate Court this morning. I will be making some opening remarks before I have the first appearance for each inmate. There are a few inmates, 2 or 3 inmates that require either a Spanish interpreter or a Vietnamese interpreter. So I ask that you please bear with me. I will have to go through my opening remarks slowly so the interpreter can hear and understand. And so the inmates that require an interpreter can hear and understand my opening remarks. Following my opening remarks, I will conduct the first appearance for each inmate. First, I need to swear in all inmates. So if you would raise your right hand so I can see it.
Levanten la mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear and affirm
Juran y afirman
that the information and testimony that you give to the court today
que la información y testimonio que va a presentar en este tribunal hoy,
including the information you provided on your court-appointed form, is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
incluida la información que incluyó en la solicitud para el abogado de oficio, es verdadera y acertada a su mejor saber y entender.
I'll need a verbal yes.
Responder sí, verbalmente.
Okay. So noted for the record, you can put your hand down. Everyone can put their hand down. Okay,
Ya
so
pueden
please,
bajar la mano todos.
okay, please listen carefully to my opening remarks regarding your rights.
Por favor, pongan atención a mis comentarios iniciales con respecto a sus derechos.
Again, this is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Repito que esta audiencia es su comparecencia inicial en la sala menor del Tribunal de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
We are not here to try your case today or to take a plea.
No estamos aquí para enjuiciar su caso, tampoco para aceptar una declaración a las acusaciones.
You are here for the court to inform you of the charges against you,
Están acá para que yo le informe de las acusaciones en su contra,
advise you of certain rights,
para que le informe de ciertos derechos,
set bail on those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bail,
para imponerles fianza por los delitos los cuales tengo la autorización para imponer fianza,
schedule a preliminary hearing on your behalf,
programar su audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y también para que yo determine si requiere la ayuda de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Tienen el derecho a permanecer callados sin decir nada.
But should you choose to give up this right,
Pero si eligen renunciar a ese derecho,
anything that you say during these proceedings may be used against you if your case goes to trial.
cualquier cosa que digan durante esta diligencia judicial se puede tomar en su caso, se puede tomar en su contra si el caso va a juicio.
During this and all other court proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Durante esta diligencia y cualquiera ulterior, tiene derecho a la presunción de inocencia hasta que el Estado pruebe su culpabilidad fuera de una duda razonable.
You also have the right to indictment by the grand jury for most felonies or by accusations for misdemeanors.
También tiene derecho a una acusación formal cuando se trate de delitos mayores por medio del gran jurado, o se le tiene derecho también a una acusación general cuando se trate de delitos menores.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Tiene derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine all witnesses who are called to testify against you.
También tienen el derecho de ver, de escuchar y interrogar a todos los testigos convocados a declarar en su contra.
You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses in your own behalf by subpoena.
Tienen derecho de obligar la presencia de testigos en representación suya por medio de su citatorio judicial.
You also have the right to testify and offer other evidence in your own defense should you choose to do so.
También tienen el derecho a declarar y presentar pruebas en defensa propia si eligen hacerlo.
But should you choose not to do so, no presumption of your guilt may be raised.
Pero si elige no hacerlo, no se puede tomar por sentado culpabilidad de su parte.
You also have the right to have an attorney represent you during these court proceedings and all court proceedings.
También tiene derecho a un abogado para representarle en esta diligencia judicial y toda otra diligencia judicial.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending prosecution of your case.
A algunos de ustedes se le permiten depositar fianzas sin restricciones durante el enjuiciamiento de su caso para salir en libertad provisional de la cárcel.
This may be cash, commercial, or property.
Se puede tramitar la fianza depositando efectivo a través de una compañía comercial de fianzas o poniendo de garantía una propiedad.
If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the bond in cash, together with any applicable mandated fees to the sheriff's office.
Si va a depositar su fianza en efectivo, alguien tendrá que entregar el total de la fianza más las tarifas correspondientes a la oficina del sheriff.
The sheriff's office will hold it until your final court date, at which time the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted it.
La oficina del sheriff guardará el dinero hasta su audiencia final definitivo, y luego después la oficina del sheriff devolverá el dinero a la persona que lo pagó.
If you use a commercial bonding company approved by the sheriff, someone will have to pay the company up to 15% of the total bond as their fee for their service.
Si va a utilizar una compañía de fianzas, y tiene que ser una de las compañías aprobadas por la oficina del sheriff, la compañía le cobrará un 15% de la fianza total, y esa tarifa es la tarifa de servicio para hacer el trámite de la fianza.
This fee will not be returned.
Esa tarifa no se le devuelve.
Some of you may post bond, or someone may post bond using their property if they have net equity in the property in an amount equal to 3 times the total bond amount.
Alguien también puede tramitar su fianza a través de poner de garantía una propiedad. Esa propiedad tiene que contar en valor adquirido o patrimonio neto por lo menos 3 veces lo que es el valor de la fianza.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going around certain places.
Algunos de ustedes tendrán fianzas que conllevan condiciones especiales, las cuales prohíben que vayan a ciertos lugares o que se acerquen a ciertas personas.
These special conditions will be provided on your bond order.
A usted se le va a proveer las condiciones de fianza en la orden de fianza.
You will also be prohibited from calling or having other contact with the alleged victim while you're in jail and as a condition of your release from jail.
También se le va a prohibir contacto con la... I'm sorry, Your Honor. The interpreter needs a moment. You will also be prohibited from calling or contacting. Could you repeat that for me?
Yes. You will also be prohibited from calling or having contact with the alleged victim while you're in jail or as a condition of your release from jail.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. También se le va a prohibir llamar o tener contacto con la presunta víctima mientras está detenido en la cárcel y también como condición de ser liberado de la cárcel.
Should you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked.
Si viola esta orden judicial, su fianza puede quedar revocada.
And you will not be entitled to another bond while awaiting trial.
No tendrá derecho a otra fianza mientras está esperando el juicio en su caso.
An additional charge of aggravated stalking.
Se le puede formar acusaciones adicionales de hostigamiento con agravantes.
Influencing witnesses or other charges as the law may provide could be brought against you.
Influenciar a testigos o otras acusaciones según dispone la ley se puede formular en su contra.
In which you could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison and fined up to $20,000.
Por los cuales se le puede poner una condena de 10 años de prisión o $20,000 de multa.
For family members who will assist you in posting bond, They will be provided with that information after I have concluded the first appearance calendar for this morning.
Para los familiares que le van a ayudar a tramitar la fianza, a ellos se le va a proporcionar esa información adicional una vez que yo he concluido esta comparecencia inicial.
If a family member is an alleged victim on the warrant and there's a special condition that you're to have no contact with that family member, he or she will not be allowed to post the bond on your behalf.
Si tiene un familiar que está nombrada como la presunta víctima en el caso y existe una condición especial de ningún contacto entre usted y ese familiar, a ella o a él no se le va a permitir pagar la fianza por usted.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is simply not authorized by law to set bail.
Algunos de ustedes tienen delitos que, según dispone la ley, no tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a superior court judge, and you will be informed of that date during your first appearance hearing this morning.
Si este es su caso, se programará una audiencia para determinar su fianza ante un juez de la sala superior y hoy misma se le va a informar de la fecha.
If you're currently on active probation, this court is not authorized by law to set bail.
Si actualmente está cumpliendo una condena de libertad condicional, no tengo la autorización de imponerle fianza.
Your bond can be reconsidered after your probation officer has an opportunity to determine
Puede haber una reconsideración de su fianza una vez que su agente de libertad condicional ha tenido la oportunidad de determinar
if they wish to file a warrant for violation of your probation, and this is usually during your preliminary hearing.
si desean emitir una orden de arresto por quebrantar las normas de su libertad condicional, lo cual normalmente sucede durante su audiencia preliminar.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there's enough evidence or probable cause to justify keeping you detained until such time as your case goes to trial.
El propósito de la audiencia preliminar es para determinar si existen suficientes indicios, es decir, motivo fundado para mantenerlos detenidos hasta que el caso vaya a juicio.
For those of you charged with misdemeanors only, you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Para ustedes que solamente tienen infracciones o delitos menores, tendrán la opción hoy a renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
Waiving your preliminary hearing will not affect your right to post bond.
Renunciar a la audiencia preliminar no le afectará para pagar la fianza.
Your right to have an attorney represent you,
Tampoco le afectará en su derecho de tener un abogado para representarle.
or your right to a jury trial.
Ni tampoco le afectará para tener un juicio por jurado.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si deposita fianza, entonces la audiencia preliminar se renuncia automáticamente.
And you will be mailed a notice when to appear in state court for your arraignment.
Y se le enviará una notificación de su cita judicial en la sala estatal para presentarse a su lectura de cargos.
If you cannot make bond,
Si no puede pagar la fianza para salir,
you may waive your preliminary hearing and be taken before a state court judge, at which time if you plead guilty, you will be sentenced. If you plead not guilty, a trial will be scheduled on your behalf.
si no puede pagar la fianza para salir, entonces puede renunciar a la audiencia preliminar. Con eso tendrá una audiencia en la sala estatal. Si en esa audiencia se declara culpable, se le impondrá una condena. Si se declara no culpable, el caso quedará programado para juicio.
If you choose to have a misdemeanor preliminary hearing,
Si eligen tener una audiencia preliminar con respecto a los delitos menores que se le imputan,
your hearing will be scheduled for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
su audiencia se programa para el 11 de abril 2023 a las 8:30 por medio de Zoom.
For those of you charged with felony offenses, you will not have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Para ustedes que se le imputa delitos graves, no tendrá la opción a renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
Your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Su audiencia preliminar se programa para el 12 de abril 2023 a las 8:30 de la mañana por medio de Zoom.
That will conclude my opening remarks this morning. At this time, deputies, I will take the first inmates that require a Spanish interpreter.
Esos son mis comentarios iniciales. Ahora voy a proceder para los que requieren al intérprete.
You want them both at the same time, or we'll do them individually?
Let's see how complex their charges are here. Yeah, I'm gonna do them individually.
Okay. So,
We could do them in alphabetical order if that's possible.
okay.
Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Señor, diga su nombre completo para que conste en el acta, por favor.
Sergio Juárez Romero.
Sergio Juárez Romero.
Sir, you've been charged with 2 offenses.
Señor, a usted se le amputa 2 delitos.
Sí,
Yes.
The first offense is following too closely.
El primero es manejar muy de cerca a otro auto.
Your bond amount is $500.
La fianza para esa infracción es $500.
The second offense is driving with no license.
La segunda infracción es manejar sin licencia.
Your bond amount is $1,000.
La fianza para esa infracción es $1,000.
Therefore, your total bond is $1,500.
Por lo tanto, su fianza total es $1,500.
Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts?
Entiende las infracciones, señor, y entiende cuánto es la fianza.
sí,
Yes.
Can you make bond?
¿Puede pagar la fianza para salir, señor?
sí.
Yes.
Secondly, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Segundo, yo programé su audiencia preliminar para el 11 de abril 2023 a las 8:30 por medio de Zoom.
Ok,
Do
Okay.
you understand that that's your next court date, sir?
¿Entiende que esa será su próxima cita judicial, señor?
sí,
Yes.
Also, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
También usted cumple los criterios para un abogado de oficio.
So I have approved your application.
Así que aprobé la solicitud, señor.
That will conclude your first appearance hearing for this morning.
Ya se concluye su audiencia inicial. Gracias, señor.
una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes,
Esa cita me la van a mandar también por correo.
Will they also send me that court date in the mail, Your Honor?
yes, it's my understanding they will. If you bond out, it will automatically be waived.
Sí, tengo entendido que sí. Si usted sale bajo fianza, esta cita se renuncia automáticamente.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A usted.
Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Señor, diga su nombre completo para que conste en el acta.
Pedro Antonio Navarrete Mendoza.
The interpreter did not hear. Perdón, señor, ¿me lo puede repetir?
Pedro Antonio Navarrete Mendoza.
Pedro Antonio Navarrete Mendoza.
Sir, you've been charged with one offense of trafficking.
Señora, a usted se le imputa un delito de tráfico de sustancias.
Because of the nature of the charge, this court is not authorized to set bail for you today.
Por la naturaleza de esta acusación, no tengo la autorización para imponerle fianza hoy.
A Superior Court judge, your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m.
Su audiencia preliminar se programa para el 12 de abril 2023 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And your bond hearing will be scheduled for April the 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m.
Y la audiencia para determinar su fianza se programa para el 14 de abril 2023 a las 8:30.
Do you understand the charge as well as the no bond?
Entiende la acusación y también que no tiene fianza, señor.
We need a verbal.
Si puede responder verbalmente, señor. Okay.
Secondly, you did not complete the court-appointed application form. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney?
Señor, no completó la solicitud para el abogado de oficio. ¿Está bien si le hago unas preguntas para ver si usted cumple los criterios?
Sí, es que no hablo inglés, por eso.
Oh, yes, it is. The thing is that I don't speak English. That's why.
I understand.
Entiendo, señor.
Can you ask him if he has a job?
¿Tiene trabajo, señor? Yes.
Can you give me an estimate of your monthly wages?
¿Y me puede decir, calculando estimado, cuánto está ganando al mes?
Será $2,000 pesos, $2,000.
It would be 2,000 pesos, $2,000.
Okay, sir, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve an attorney to represent you.
Muy bien, señor, usted sí cumple los criterios para un abogado de oficio, así que voy a nombrar un abogado para representarle en este asunto.
Please let him know that will conclude his first appearance hearing for this morning.
Ya se concluye su audiencia inicial. Gracias, señor.
Una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
No tengo derecho a fianza hasta después de la segunda audiencia.
So I will not have a right to a bond until the second hearing.
The preliminary hearing, which is April the 12th. The purpose of that hearing is to determine if there's probable cause to justify keeping you detained. Okay, if it's bound over to Superior Court, those charges, then he will then have a bond hearing that's scheduled for April the 14th of 2023.
Sí, señor. El 12 de abril 2023 es la fecha de su audiencia preliminar. El propósito de esa audiencia es para determinar si existen suficientes indicios para mantenerlo detenido por los cargos imputados. Si el caso se consigne de ahí a la sala superior, entonces luego después, el día 14, se celebrará su determinación de fianza.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Okay, just for the record, we have someone I've admitted into the virtual hearing room. Avery Walker, are you here representing a client? Mr. Walker? Mr. Walker? Can you hear me? I'm sorry, sir. Can you hear me?
Can you hear?
I see he's connecting to audio now, so I'm not certain if it's an attorney or a family member.
Judge, can you hear me, Judge?
Yes.
I don't know who he's representing though.
Okay.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was, let me just clarify with the jail. Deputies, we have no other inmates that require a Spanish interpreter. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I know we have one that require a Vietnamese, and we're still, Ms. Mayor, we were still waiting on the Vietnamese to arrive. He did not appear, so I went ahead and started the calendar. So I did send him an email. You were copied on that. I don't know if you could follow up with Kelly to see if he will be able to appear today.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, yes, Ms. Toles, thank you so much.
Thank you. You all have a great Thursday.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Walker.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I don't know, Judge. I'm down here at the courthouse. I was told that it was an in-person thing, and they guided me to the law library, and I done did everything in my power to get linked to you. So,
Okay. Who are you
so
representing today?
I have a Miss Chanel James on your calendar, female.
Okay. Have you entered a notice of appearance?
Not yet, but I can.
Yes, sir. You'll need to enter a notice of appearance. So you can email that to Miss Mary. Miss Mary, if you could put your email in the chat.
Well, Judge, I'm at the courthouse, and I'm not at my office to email it.
Okay, but you'll still need to do that, sir. So you'll still need to email it to Mary.
As soon as I leave, I can email it back to you.
Okay, do you have Miss Mary's email address though?
If she can send it to the can she text it to me?
No, she can put it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, and just in the future, when you appear before me, you'll need to enter notice of appearance prior
Okay.
to first appearance. I'll make an exception this time, but normally you have to enter the first appearance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'll
so
make sure I do that.
okay, so Attorney Meyer has been waiting, so I will conduct the first appearance for his client first, and then I will conduct the first appearance for Ms. James.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me just pull the file here. And sir, if you could put your device on mute until it's your time to speak to the court. That's Mr. Walker. I believe I'm getting feet. I don't know if that's Mr. Walker or. Okay, let me see if that resolved it. It may be the jail. Is it?
We're muted.
I said the jail is muted, yeah. I'm not certain where it was coming from. Okay. Let's proceed forward here. Deputies, if you will present Mr. Malik Boats Edwards. I'm taking them a little bit out of order because of the attorneys, private attorneys. And we want to get them out of in and out if we can. Okay, for the record, I have Malik Boats Edwards, who's appearing via Zoom at the Clayton County Jail. Mr. Edwards is represented by Attorney Robert Meyer. Attorney Edwards, your client has been charged with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Were you aware of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And again, do you have any statements you would like to offer before I set bond as well as give your client his preliminary hearing date?
No, Your Honor, I understand the date is 4/12.
Correct. You listen very well, Attorney. Exactly.
I was listening. No, Your Honor, we have nothing. Go forward, please.
Okay. Mr. Edwards, you've been charged with 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond amount is $5,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as your attorney indicated, and I indicated in my opening remarks, your since your charge is a felony, your preliminary hearing date will be April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand that that's your next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would you like to waive the, normally I don't, if you're charged with a felony, I normally don't give the option to waive because they're without counsel since he is with counsel today. Attorney Myers, would you like to waive the preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to keep it on the calendar. We'll waive it when we make the bond.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
It's not necessary for me to see if he qualified for a court-appointed attorney since he already has an attorney. So that will conclude his first appearance for today. Do you have any questions, Attorney Meyer?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Debbie, we have one more. Okay, is that Miss who's that? Yes. Okay, that's Miss. So let me pull her file real quick. Hey, Attorney Walker, do you
Judge,
wanna, can you give me your phone number? So I can put it on the court-appointed form just in case, they need to reach you.
yes, Judge. It's 404-405-7790.
Thank you, sir. Please state your full name for the record.
Janelle James.
Okay, Ms. James, this is your first appearance hearing before the Clayton County Magistrate Court. You are appearing live via Zoom, and then we have your attorney of record. Well, I guess not technically a record, but I'm going on his verbal that he is your attorney, Attorney Avery Walker. He's here to represent you in your first appearance hearing today. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, your client has been charged with theft by receiving stolen property. That's her only charge. Would you like to make a statement before I advise your client of her bond amount as well as a preliminary hearing date?
Yes, Judge, this is a situation where a friend of hers had rented a vehicle and had not turned in that vehicle. She borrowed it, she was stopped in it, and therefore she was charged with receiving the theft by receiving. I know this is not the platform for that, but like I explained to her at a later date, once it goes to court, once we show the court at a later date that she had no knowledge that he had that he was that this vehicle had been turned in at a later date. But what we asked the court judge is to grant a bond to exceed no more than $2,500.
Okay. Okay, sir. Based on my review of the facts as well as her criminal history, I've set her bond at $4,000. So to be clear, Ms. James, you've been charged with theft by receiving stolen property, and your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that's your next court date?
Yes.
Okay, Attorney Marshall, would you like to waive the preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar? I'm sorry, Attorney
Judge,
Walker.
we'd like to keep it on the calendar.
Okay, no
Yes, we'd like
problem.
to keep it on the calendar, Judge.
Okay, and so I have you put your phone number down on the court-appointed form. That will conclude your client's first appearance hearings this morning. Do you have any questions? Attorney Walker.
No, Your Honor, I'll take care of that entry as soon as I get back to the office, Judge.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Judge. I truly appreciate it.
Okay, have a good day.
May I be excused? Thank you,
Yes,
Your Honor.
sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to proceed forward with the female since we still are waiting on the interpreter for the inmate that required a Vietnamese interpreter. If you would state your full name for the record that's appearing in the camera on the right.
Denasia Brown.
Okay, Ms. Brown, you've been charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $1,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that that's your next court date?
Yes.
Okay, because you've been charged with a misdemeanor, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive it or keep it on the court's calendar?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you want to keep it on the court's calendar?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. And then you did complete an application for court-appointed counsel. It does appear that you would qualify, so I will approve your application. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, state your full name for me. I didn't hear you.
Sierra Jarrett.
Okay, Ms. Jarrett, you've been charged with 1 offense, specifically driving without a valid license. Your bond amount is $1,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay, you can make bond. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Keep it on the court's calendar.
Okay. And then based on your application, your court-appointed application, I've approved a court-appointed attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? Any
No, ma'am.
questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please state your full name for me. Give me the last name again.
Richardson.
Okay, I thought you said that. Okay, Ms. Richardson, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass, damage to property. The second offense is aggravated assault by strangulation. Because of the nature of the charge as well as the facts here, I am denying bond to you today. Do you understand the charges as well as the no bond? I need a verbal response. Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then I have your bond hearing scheduled at April 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand those 2 different court dates? You say yes?
Yes.
Okay. It does appear that you completed an application for court-appointed counsel. So based on your responses, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry, Ms. Mary, for the record, although she was denied bond on the aggravated assault, I gave her a bond of $2,500 for the criminal trespass, damage to property.
Okay.
Hey, please state your full name for the record for me.
Tamika Trace Walker.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Walker.
Morning, Your Honor.
You've been charged with 4 offenses. The first offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond amount is $4,000. The second offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond amount is $1,500. The third offense, possession of a firearm during a crime. Your bond amount is $5,000. And the fourth offense of driving with no insurance, your bond amount is $1,000. Therefore, your total bond is $11,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that's your next court date?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And you did complete your application for court-appointed counsel. Based on your response here, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney that will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. One minute here. Please state your full name for me.
Marcia Watkins.
Ms. Watkins, you've been charged with 1 count of theft by deception. Your bond amount is $3,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that that's your next court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then based on your application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I have approved an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, state your full name for me. I didn't hear you.
Nadia Williams.
Ms. Williams, you've been charged with 1 count of criminal damage in the 2nd degree. Your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount? I need a verbal yes, if you understand.
Yes.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date? You gotta speak louder so I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, great. And then you did complete the application for a court-appointed attorney. Based on your response, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? Have any questions, Ms. Williams?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
last email that I have is Ms. Winfield. She's a fugitive. You want to do her now?
Is that better for you guys?
Yeah, so I'm going to take the female back to the system.
Okay, you close out the pod. Okay, no problem. Let me grab her file here. 1 minute. Okay. Can you state your full name for me?
Nicole Ivana Winfield.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
So again, as I indicated in my opening remarks, my name is Judge Tamika West Bernard. This is what we call your extradition hearing. All of the rights that I've advised everyone of early on also apply in your case, but your hearing is just a little bit different than the other first appearance hearings that have taken place today. First, let me be clear. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County, Georgia. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in another state, and they are requesting that you return to state. They'll request that you return to answer the charges against you. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So the first question I have is, are you in fact Nicole Devonna Winfield?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you already have an attorney representing you in this matter?
Ma'am.
Okay. You have been charged with being a fugitive from justice. This hearing is conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it's alleged that you are charged with failing to comply with a court order in the state of Mississippi. And specifically, it says Chesterfield, you are wanted by Chesterfield Sheriff Office in the state of Mississippi. That is what we consider to be the demanding state. Do you understand that? You understand that, Ms. Winfield?
That's incorrect.
Okay, I understand. So I'm going to explain to you your rights, and then you can tell me whether or not you want to contest extradition or waive extradition. You understand that?
And what is? Can you explain to me what those?
I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
You understand? Now you have a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition or waive extradition and be returned to the state of Mississippi, okay, without going through the formal extradition process here in Georgia. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the state of Mississippi. The court is not in my discretion. I'm denying bond to you today because according to the warrant that I received, you are a fugitive from justice. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, if you do not wish to voluntarily return to the state of Mississippi, you may file what we call a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. The first is whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. Secondly, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the demanding state of Mississippi. Thirdly, whether you are named or whether you're the person named in the request for extradition. And fourth, whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in the state of Georgia. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive extradition. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days while awaiting your extradition. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, you will be released. If you decide to voluntarily waive extradition and return to the state of Mississippi, the state of Mississippi will have up to 60 days to travel here to transfer you back to the state of Mississippi. If they do not come to transfer you back to the state of Mississippi, you will be released. Do you have any questions about anything that I've just explained to you?
There's no Chesterfield, Mississippi.
No, I'm sorry, Chesterfield Sheriff Office is indicating that you're wanted. It's in the state of Mississippi.
No, it's Virginia.
Okay, well, I have here, it says Mississippi. You saying it's Virginia that you have the outstanding warrant?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see here. According to the extradition paperwork, they said it's the state of Mississippi. And then the warrant it says it's the state of Mississippi, but you believe it's the state of Virginia?
It is like I spoke with the officer back in October who told me that there was a warrant, but it wasn't extraditable, and that if I just went ahead and gave him my daughter, that it would be it wouldn't become extraditable. So I returned my daughter to I gave my daughter to her father in October, and we went to court in February, and the case was closed. So my daughter's been there this whole time, and it's in Chesterfield, Virginia.
Okay, have you ever had any affiliation with the state of Mississippi?
Not in this man, like my mom lives there, but there's nothing like with me in Mississippi.
Your mom lives in the state of Mississippi?
Yes, but there is no Chesterfield, Mississippi.
Okay, well, it says here, it says that you enter and remain the state of Georgia, returning, let's see, where by it says you're wanted by Chesterfield Sheriff Office, Mississippi. And so you're saying that there's no Chesterfield, Mississippi.
No, I've never lived in Virginia either. I've lived here since 2013.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is, Miss Mary, can you make a call to the jail to see if this paperwork needs to be corrected? And it's saying the state of Mississippi, but she's saying it should be the state of Virginia. I don't know if that's something you can do or if I need to continue it.
Let me see.
Okay, so I'm gonna have my judicial assistants contact the sheriff office. Specifically, I think they have an extradition department or team, and to verify the information that you're telling me, and then based on what information they give me, then I'll decide how to proceed forward. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just hold tight for me. Hopefully I have an answer for you by the time I finish the other first appearance. If not, I'll have to continue the case to see if we can get clarity on what you believe is an incorrect extradition and warrant.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Winfield.
All right, come on up. State your name. Mark Allen. Yes, come a little closer.
Say, Mr. Allen.
Before you get to him, we're gonna have to continue her till tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. Ms. Winfield? Ms. Winfield? Deputies, can you let Ms. Winfield know that we're gonna have to continue her case until tomorrow? Based on the information that she believes the warrant and the extradition paperwork to be incorrect?
Clearly, I'll let her know to continue tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'll do a continuous order for it, okay? Thank you.
That completes the females for this morning's first period.
Yes, I know you wanted to close that out. Okay, thank you. So for the record, that will be continued until March 17th. That's for Ms. Winfield. Okay. And I apologize for that, Mr. Allen. So you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass damage to property. Your bond amount is $2,000. The second offense is battery, family violence. Your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount? I need a verbal yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you make bond?
I'm not sure.
No problem. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that that's your next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then it looks like, let's see here. If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. I want to make sure I give you the special condition just in event you can make bond. If you can make bond, there will be a no contact against the alleged victim or with the alleged victim by the name of Denise. And I'm going to spell her last name is Figueroa. Do you recognize that name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's going to be a no contact because she's the alleged victim in the case, which means you must stay away. Absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone, by third person from the person's home, workplace, and immediate family. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Secondly, because the alleged incident occurred at 151 Museum Court, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30236, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Okay. Do you have any personal property there?
Just my belongings. Yeah.
I will also include a provision in the bond order, just in case you can make bond, that you will be allowed to make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to retrieve any undisputed personal property at that location. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Secondly, you completed the application for court-appointed counsel, but you did not indicate whether or not you had a job. Can you tell me if you have a job? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. I work for Vietnamese healthcare.
Okay. Can you tell me your average monthly wages?
30, about 36.
Okay, 36. Okay, so based on your income, sir, you will have to, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you will have to retain your own private counsel. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, ma'am. My name is Robert Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown. I have Mr. Robert Brown III. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Is Robert Brown, is that your father?
Yes, ma'am. My father.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to.
Robert Brown Jr. is my father.
Robert Brown Jr. Okay, and Robert Brown, I'm assuming that's one of your siblings?
Robert Brown is my grandfather.
Grandfather, okay, and you're the third. Okay, so we don't want to charge your grandfather, so we always want to make sure we have it correct, okay? Okay, so sir, you've been charged with driving with an expired or invalid tag. The second offense is tampering with evidence, and the third offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Because of the warrant that was presented to me that includes no facts in the actual warrant as to the basis for the charge, I have no choice today but to dismiss all charges against you. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
So those charges will be dismissed, and that'll be in my order today. So you don't need a court-appointed attorney. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good luck, sir. Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, state your full name for me.
Arnold Charles,
Mr. Arnold, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is no tail light. The fourth offense, let's see, so I'm gonna give you the bond amount. I'm gonna give you the charge and then the bond amounts for each charge. And then let's see here. For the record, Ms. Mary, it appears that one of the charges was left off the calendar and or bond order. So I'll give you the warrant number for that last one. Okay. So your first offense of no tail lights, your bond amount is $500. The second offense for improper lane change, your bond amount is $500. Your third offense of obstruction of an officer, your bond amount is $2,000. And it also appears that you were charged with suspended registration. And so I'm going to give you a, see here, $1,000 bond on the suspended registration. And for the record, Ms. Mary, that warrant number is going to be 2023 WA 05309. Therefore, your total bond is $4,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you make bond?
I don't know yet, Your Honor. $4,000, I don't know yet.
Okay, no problem. I've set your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Okay.
You understand that's your next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
And I will leave it on the calendar if you're unsure if you're going to make bond. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then looks like you did, you just put your name on a court appointed form. Can you tell me if you have a job?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. And can you give me an estimate of your monthly wages?
I would say roughly around $1,000 every 2 weeks, I would say. Or,
so about $2,000 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so based on that, you will qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anthony Davis.
Hey, Mr. Davis. Good morning. This is good morning. I guess good afternoon now. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Okay, sir. I see that you appear. Let me take this one inmate again because I have to go through the script again. So let me finish up the inmate because I'm gonna have to go through the opening script again before I can do the Vietnamese inmate. You understand that?
Okay.
I'm talking to the interpreter. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, just bear with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Davis, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Davis, you've been charged with 1 count of battery family violence. Your bond amount is $6,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be certain conditions included on your bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case by the name of Shantina Franklin. That means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by text message, by social media, by telephone. You also cannot contact Ms. Franklin through a third person or go to her home or workplace. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Secondly, because the alleged incident occurred at 5470 Riverdale Road, Building U, Apartment 4, Atlanta, Georgia 30349, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then you also cannot violate any other laws while out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. And you said my bond amount is how much again?
6,000. 6,000.
Six. Oh.
Okay. 6,000. And then let's see here. And I told you your preliminary hearing date was April the 11th, correct? That'll be your next court date. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I'll write it down. April 11th at what time?
At 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. And will you all send that mail to my address?
Well, if you bond out, it'll be automatically waived. Otherwise, if you're still being detained, then your attorney will contact you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I have approved a court-appointed attorney to represent you based on your application. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ma'am, my name is Valentina Verde. Good afternoon.
You've been charged with one offense of theft by shoplifting. Your bond amount is $2,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount? Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
Keep it on the calendar.
Okay. And it does appear that you completed an application for court-appointed counsel. You would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Octavius Miller.
Miller, okay. Well, I have one Miller. Is it Shantavius? Did you say Shantavius?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you've been charged with theft by taking. Your bond amount is $2,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you make bond?
Of course, yes, ma'am. But Judge, I thought I had some more charges like tickets.
You thought you had more charges?
Driving with no license, that's like tickets. They got me charged with driving with no license and running a stop sign. Like when I came in through intake, they told me that I was charged with that, but the officer gave me the tickets and told me to take care of when I make bond for the theft by taking.
Okay, so probably what they're allowing you to do, because the other charges are preset bonds. I'm assuming maybe as opposed to you having another first appearance date, they're just saying that when you bond out, you can pay for bond on those preset bonds.
Okay, I understand.
You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but I assure you, if they were here, then I would have a warrant for them. So I'm assuming because they're probably low preset amounts. You said
Yeah,
it's just
I understand. Yeah.
okay. Now you didn't let's see here. Let me get your court appointed form here. So based on your court-appointed form, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you'll have to hire your own counsel. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, state your full name for me. I'm sorry, for some reason, I'm getting the inmates out of order. I'm saying your name again. Oh, for some reason it went out, sir. Can I hear it again?
Benjamin Knowles.
Knowles, okay. 1 minute. Deputies, what happened to Mr. McLean? I got several Morelands, I got several M's. I'm missing 2 inmates. Deputies, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have McLean and Moreland there?
McLean, yes.
Jamal McLean?
Yes, he was, man. He's at the restroom right now. He's
Okay, that's fine. Then what about, I just want to make sure you have it. What about Moreland? It's Javon Moreland Jr.
no, ma'am. He's not in the gym. He was
No.
released.
No, he's not released.
He's not an active inmate.
Okay, I still have him on my list. Miss Mary, can you check that for me?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Moreland, Mr. Salazar, and Mr. Sastugi. They're all going. And Mr. Harris, they're all going.
Okay, Ms. Mary, can you check and see if Mr. Moreland is bonded out? Ms. Mary? I'll have her check it. I'm not certain if she's probably multitasking here.
No, I got you. I mean, he's not an active inmate. When we look him up in the system, Mississippi UA, he's not shown in the jail at all.
Okay, Ms. Mary, can you verify that Mr. Javon Moreland has bonded out? You need his LE number?
Yes.
1810650.
Okay, give it to her again.
1810650.
That look like a 5 to me. You say that's a 6. Oh, that is a 6. So 1810460.
No, man, 1810650.
Oh, that look completely different on what I have. You sure you have the correct number?
Yes, ma'am. 1810650.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Miss Mary.
Yeah, but he's still an active inmate. Classifications, hold on.
Mr. Javon Moreland Jr. I have 1810650 showing. Let me double check. Maybe they didn't.
Yeah, just double check so we don't miss anyone.
Hold on.
I have Mr. McLean right here.
I'll go ahead and, okay, great. I'll go ahead and take Mr. McLean while we figure that out. Okay, sir, give me your full name. Okay, Mr. McLean, you've been charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $1,500. You understand the charge as well as your bond amount? You can just say verbal yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you know if you can make bond?
I can't.
You said you don't know?
No.
Okay.
Can't see this book.
Okay. I understand, sir. Okay, so then secondly, I have your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing scheduled for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date? April the 11th?
You mean next month?
Yes, that's gonna be your next court date, 4/11. You understand that? Okay, and then I've also appointed an attorney to represent you, sir. Okay? So that's gonna conclude your first appearance hearing for today. Thank you.
Judge, bring the deputy back.
Okay, Deputy, Ms. Mary would like to speak to you.
All right.
Deputy, he's not bonded out.
So we need y'all to go get Moreland.
Moreland?
Yeah. Javon Moreland Jr.
Right, one moment, please.
No problem. In the interim, I can go ahead and proceed forward with Mr. Knowles.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Knowles, thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make sure we get everybody taken care of in alphabetical order so we don't lose track of anyone. You understand that? Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Knowles, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $10,000. The second offense is simple assault. Your bond amount is $3,000. The third offense is giving a false name, address, or date of birth to a law enforcement officer. Your bond amount is $1,500. Therefore, your total bond is $14,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts? You say, I need a verbal, if you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in a case by the name of Alicia Allen. That means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone. You cannot contact her by social media, by text message. Also, you cannot use a third person to contact Ms. Allen, and you must stay away from her home and workplace. You understand that?
Yeah.
Secondly, because the alleged incident occurred at 5420-BGA 14 Riverdale Road, Atlanta, Georgia. You're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
Yes, ma'am.
You say no?
Yes.
It is? So if it's your primary resident, I will include a provision in my order that will allow you to make an appointment with the sheriff office within 10 days of your release, okay, to retrieve any undisputed personal property at that location. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, because let's see, at least you have 2 charges that are considered a felony. I have scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date? That'll be April 12th. Okay. And then you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. I have approved that request. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir, state your full name for me.
How you doing? My name is Price.
Okay, Mr. Price, I thought they told me you had bonded out. Give me your full name.
Jerry Leroy Price III.
Yeah, then I had your first appearance on Monday. Do you not know that?
Yes, ma'am. I paid the bond, but they said I had another charge for the same charge, so they sent me back. They hold it.
They said you got the theft by receiving stolen property. They said you got 2 counts of that.
Said I had another appeal.
Okay, well, let me pull my paperwork from Monday. I think I had already looked it up briefly. I didn't know you were saying that they're charging you with the same charge, because let me see if it's the same warrant number that I have on your charge from Monday.
I bonded out. I thought they was calling for my bond. They said I had a disappearance.
Yeah, I see that now. So I see, so just so, you know, so for the record, so you won't be confused. So on Monday, okay, so on Monday, which was March the 15th of 2023, actually it was yesterday. So we actually had a first appearance for you yesterday on March 15, 2023, where you were charged with theft by receiving stolen property. And that warrant number was 2023 CW 51178. And I gave you a bond of $4,000. So according to the bond order that I have now, there's a different warrant number for theft by receiving stolen property. And that warrant number is 2023 TS00149, but the jail did not provide me with a copy of that warrant. So I will have to see if Ms. Mary can see if she can call the jail to see if we can get a copy of that warrant. And then I'll have to unfortunately circle back around to you. Otherwise, it'll have to be continued because I don't have the warrant. I didn't realize that they told you that I didn't realize it was the same charge, but a different warrant number. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So it looked like they have 2 separate warrants for that theft by receiving stolen property. But I don't know if there's sufficient evidence for probable cause until I actually see the warrant to give you a bond on that warrant. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to circle back around to you. I'm going to circle back around to you before I close out the first appearance calendar for today. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get a copy of your warrant from the jail.
All right. Thank you.
For the new warrant, for the second warrant. Okay. Because they had on the jail sheet, they have that you bonded out.
Yeah, I did. I paid the bond, but they said that I had another charge or something.
Well, I apologize for your inconvenience. I'm gonna see if I can get it resolved today. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Miss Mary? Miss Mary? 1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Yes.
Miss Mary?
Yes.
Can you see, I don't know if you, I know you're multitasking, but Mr. Jerry Leroy Price, I had him on first appearance yesterday for a theft by receiving warrant. And so apparently there appears to be a second one here that he needs to have a first appearance on. But I don't have a copy of the warrant because on the jail sheet, it says he had burned it out.
Okay.
So I can give you his LE number if you want to call the jail and see if they can send me a copy of the current warrant as well as the warrant number. Or do you just need the warrant number?
This says TS.
Oh, so what does that mean? They said he had to have a first appearance.
What court number do you have?
Yeah, I have it's 2023 TS 00149.
All right, that might need to, give me a minute.
Do you need his LE number?
I have that.
Okay. Because he said he bonded out, but they told him he had to come back for a first appearance on this second warrant. Okay.
Your Honor, does the warrant read the same? It may be two separate charges, two different thefts.
I understand, but I don't have a copy of the second warrant to even be able to verify that.
It's the same or not. I got you.
Yeah. So just give us a minute to see if we can get that copy of that second warrant.
Mr. Moreland right here behind me.
Okay, that's great. Mr. Moreland, they told me you had bonded out.
They didn't even give me a bond. I wish they did. I've been bonded out, but they didn't. And I almost missed court because nobody wanted to check for me. I had to beg for like 5 hours to get up here.
Well, no, because I insisted. I said, nope, it shows that he's active and we need to check to make sure that has bonded out. So they had you as bonded out.
I wish.
Yeah, in our system, he was showing not active. They had, I guess the jail side had never refreshed the system yet. Wow. And still showing me showing.
Well, that's why I'm always very persistent about making sure that we don't have anyone sitting there.
Thank you so much.
There should not be. But I have a bond for you, sir.
Yes.
So you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond amount is $1,500.
Right.
The second offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You understand that's a felony. Your bond amount for that is $5,000. The second offense is possession of a firearm doing a crime. Your bond amount is $5,000. Therefore, okay. Therefore, let me finish. Therefore, your total bond is $11,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts? Go ahead, Mr. Berlin.
If I was sitting in my vehicle,
okay, now just remember, did you hear my opening remarks?
No, he wasn't here.
I said, we're not here to try your case today. Okay, my only purpose here is to look at the warrant to see if it's sufficient probable cause. Okay, set bond for you if it's appropriate to set bond. Okay, and then give you your preliminary hearing date. You understand that?
Okay.
Okay, and no, you could have got a higher bond on that possession of a firearm charge. You understand that? That's a very serious offense. That's a felony too.
Even though I'm not a felon or anything like that?
No, it's not being a felon. It's possession of a firearm doing a crime. So the alleged crime is the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You understand the difference?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. And I looked at your criminal history. You still have some history there, sir. You understand that?
All I have is traffic stuff. I don't have any violence.
You said okay. I understand, but you do have a history. You do have a history. Okay. Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that that's your next court date?
Yes, ma'am. And my bond is how much?
The total is $11,500.
All right.
Okay, then let me see. Did they let you fill out a court-appointed form? They did not?
No, I haven't been here, ma'am. I've been trying to get up here.
Okay, well, your persistence, see here.
Hold on. Here's what we have is right here, Your Honor. Empty. I got to fill it out and get it over to you.
What? No, oh, did he complete it already or no?
Oh, he has not. He wasn't here. We didn't have him.
Okay, y'all didn't have him. Okay, so can you have him complete that? And I can just tell you quickly, sir, if you could tell me, complete that, but if you could just tell me what your monthly income is, if you have a job, I can verbally approve it and then you can complete the form.
I mean, I do have a job, but I ain't gonna have one after this. So
okay, well, you told me you could bond out. You told me you were just waiting on the bond.
Yeah, but I was supposed to go to work today and it's already missed. It's gonna be a no call, no show. So I'm hit anyway.
Okay, well, I'm persuasive. I'm sure you will be able to overcome one no call, no show, correct? Because I'm sure you've been a dedicated employee prior to today, correct? Okay, you said that's not true?
Georgia is an at-will state.
You understand? Right, you're exactly right. I'm glad you know it's at-will state. So what I'll go ahead and do, go ahead and complete that form, and then I'll go ahead and approve a court-appointed attorney for you, okay? So make sure you complete that form and sign it and give it to the deputies, okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
can you get the deputy the price back?
Yes, deputies.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Mary would like to speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Mary?
So we want to tell the defendant to, that ticket is a mistake. He is, they want you to send him back to lower release so he can be let go. He's already paid his money.
So that second warrant is a mistake?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You heard that, deputies?
Was that
Mr.
Price?
Yeah, Jerry Leroy Price. We had his first appearance yesterday. You need
Okay.
his, you got his LE number, right? Deputy, you got his LE number?
I don't have it, but he's on the way back up here now. He was sitting right here waiting on me. So
I can give it to you if you need it real quickly.
I don't need it.
Okay, we just want to make sure. Did you hear what she said? Let me see, Deputy Dunbar.
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
were you the one that were requesting waiver forms before I did an extradition hearing?
So
Okay, so do you understand why I don't sign extradition forms before the hearing is actually conducted?
I wasn't saying that you need to sign it. I was saying that we hadn't received the blank ones that you read off.
I know.
That she's supposed to sign off and be sent back.
Normally we get those from the jail. They don't give them to you?
That's why I was informing you they had not sent them over to us yet.
Oh, okay, I thought you was asking me because I know some people pre-sign them. Some judges just go ahead and sign them
No,
before.
no. I didn't have the blank one for her to sign, so I can send it over to you to sign.
Okay, well, Deputy Dunbar, listen to what my assistant said. She said you need to contact. Go ahead, Ms. Mary, because you didn't hear any of that. So to make sure he gets to the right place, so Mr. Price is not still sitting in jail. Okay, so listen to what she said. Go ahead, Ms. Mary.
Classification said you just send him down to lower release. He's already paid his bond, so they can let him go.
Correct,
so he should not be returned to the housing unit. Correct. You understand that?
Yeah, he's about to lower release right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Deputy Dunbar.
Yes, ma'am. He's about to lower release. I don't need his LE number for that. Yeah, I'll let the supervisors know that he's supposed to be released. He needs to go back. He needs to go home.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry for the confusion. Give me your full name.
Willis.
Willis. Okay, 1 minute. Mr. Willis, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is armed robbery. The second offense is aggravated assault. And the third offense is false report of a crime. Because of the nature of the armed robbery, because you've been charged with an armed robbery, I'm not authorized to set bail for you under OCGA 1761. Only a Superior Court judge can do that. And then with respect to the aggravated assault charge, I considered the bond, but based on the circumstances, it's a no bond on that charge. And then the false report of a crime, although that is a misdemeanor, in light of the totality of the circumstances here, it's a no bond on that charge. So it's a no bond altogether. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then your bond hearing will be April the 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date? You understand those 2 different court dates, sir?
What you said there's 2 different court dates?
Yes, it's 2 different court dates.
So what you said the dates are again?
Okay, so the first is your preliminary hearing date. Okay, the purpose of that is to determine if it's enough probable cause to continue to detain you. That hearing date is going to be April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that? Yes. Okay, and then the second date, which is your bond hearing. Okay, that means if your case is bound over to Superior Court, then your bond hearing is going to be scheduled April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand those 2 different hearing dates now?
Yes.
Okay, and then it looks like you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. You would qualify, so I am approving a court-appointed attorney for you. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir, give me your full name.
Ryan Mary Wood.
Okay, 1 minute, Mr. Wood. Seems like we're taking everyone out of order here today. I'm still missing Reginald Gabrielle Walker, deputies.
Good afternoon, Judge. It's me, Reginald Walker.
Okay, I just want to make sure we don't miss anyone. So, sir, you've been charged with 5 offenses. The first offense is criminal damage in the 2nd degree. Your bond amount is $5,000. The second offense is battery. Your bond amount is $6,000. The third offense is cruelty to children. In the 3rd degree, your bond amount is $3,000. The fourth offense of obstruction or hindering an emergency telephone call, your bond amount is $3,000. With respect to the aggravated assault charge with a deadly weapon, there's going to be a no bond on that considering the circumstances of the case, sir. So there is a no bond. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then your bond hearing will be April the 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand those 2 different hearing dates?
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. You completed a request for court-appointed counsel. See Walker. Here we go. You said you refused to complete it. Do you mind? I recommend that you just have a court-appointed attorney in place, or just in case.
And then I didn't complete it, Your Honor. This is my second first appearance.
Okay, you had another one?
Yeah, I completed that on Tuesday.
Okay, I wasn't, I didn't put
I already bundled out too. So.
Okay, you had bundled out on some other charges? Okay. Okay, well, it's unfortunate, sir. You know, these are serious charges here that are in the warrant. I mean, they're just allegations, but you know, there are serious charges. So with respect to, do you have a job? I can see, so it's important that we get you a court-appointed attorney for these charges. So I know you refused, but we need to see.
I actually didn't refuse. I said I wouldn't. I didn't put refuse at the top. I did that on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have a job?
No, not currently.
Okay. So you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I'll approve an attorney to represent you on those charges that you had your first appearance on today. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
Yeah, I do have a question. Will you all take into consideration that I never had any criminal prior to these allegations?
Yeah, I did consider that, but I'm very concerned about, I guess, what appeared to escalate between you and I believe is that your girlfriend?
No, child's mother.
Your child's mother? Yeah, these are some pretty serious charges. I'm concerned that things. I think there needs to be a cooling off period because I'm concerned the way things escalated to the point, particularly with this aggravated assault charge where you use a hammer. According to the allegations here, it says that you use a hammer against the alleged victim and you use it to strike her. So that's very concerning here. So I know it's just an allegation here, but that's a serious allegation. So, and then in light of the fact that it appears she was holding her children, at least one child at the time that this alleged altercation occurred, and then you did some damage to the walls. It seems like there was definitely some anger on your part. So again, I'm concerned. I think, like I said, maybe you need to be a cooling off period. And then, like I said, if you're able, you say for preliminary hearing stage, your attorney will see if there's a bond that can be reached with the DA's office, and then usually there will be special conditions on that bond if they can reach an agreement. But I think there definitely needs, in light of the circumstances here, these are very serious allegations. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
So I don't want you to be in this situation again. So take this time to think about and not get yourself in this situation again. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute, sir. Okay. You must be Mr. Wood, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Wood, you've been charged with one offense of theft by taking. Your bond amount is $2,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond? Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
I'm counting.
Okay, no problem. And then you did complete a request for a court-appointed attorney. You indicated you had a job, but you did not put your monthly income. Can you give me an estimate of your monthly wages?
But I've been in jail constantly 2 days now. I was starting my job then, so I don't know what I've been. I'm just thinking about 1,500 a month right now. Sorry.
So you saying you don't know if you still have a job?
I said,
I didn't hear you, sir.
I just started the job. I'll be starting when I get out.
Okay. So do you know how much you make though?
I think about 1,500 a month.
Okay. So that will qualify you for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? Any questions, sir? Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we're ready. We only have the inmate that required an interpreter, correct? Deputies?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's get that done here.
President Council.
So I'm gonna need to go through my opening remarks. Let me swear in the interpreter here. 1 minute. Okay, sir, if you raise your right hand. Okay, do you swear and affirm that you will accurately translate from English to Vietnamese and from Vietnamese into English in an accurate in an accurate manner before this court?
I do.
Okay. Can you ask him to state his full name for me?
Dạ. Anh nói cho ta biết tên và họ của anh.
Anh tên Vân, họ Hồ.
My name is Vân Ho.
Okay. So can you let him know that I'm going to make some opening remarks?
Bây giờ tôi sẽ mở đầu cái buổi tòa này. Anh đứng
Regarding
nghe
his
tôi nghe.
rights. Can you let him know this regarding his rights, and I need him to pay close attention.
Rồi để tôi giải thích về những cái quyền hạn của anh về trong cái luật pháp của nước Mỹ.
Okay. Can you let him know that this is his first appearance before Magistrate Court of Clayton County?
Này là cái bữa tòa đầu tiên ở trên cái Magistrate Court của Clayton County, okay?
We are not here to try his case today or to take a plea.
Hôm nay mình không có xử về cái kê của anh, mà cũng không có nhận những cái lời mà khai của anh.
You are here for the court to inform you of the charges against you.
Mục đích tòa hôm nay để chúng tôi để báo cho anh biết là cái tội của anh, chúng tôi công tố anh về những cái tội gì.
To set bail, to advise you of certain rights.
Rồi tôi sẽ xét cái tiền mà tại ngoại hầu tra cho anh, và cũng sẽ cho anh biết những cái quyền hạn của anh.
Set bail on those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bail.
Những cái bail mà thí dụ chúng là tòa tôi có quyền là xét cái tiền bail đó cho anh.
And to schedule a preliminary hearing
Rồi xong đó là tôi sẽ làm hàng cho anh ra một cái tòa sơ thẩm kỳ tới.
And to determine whether he requires the assistance of an attorney.
Anh có cần giúp đỡ của luật sư không?
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Anh có, thứ nhất là những quyền lợi trước đây là anh có là giữ im lặng, anh không cần phải nói gì hết.
But should you choose to give up this right,
Và nếu mà anh mà nói,
anything you say during these proceedings may be used against you if your case goes to trial.
mà nếu mà anh nói những cái gì đó thì những cái lời khai của anh ở đây đó có thể là dùng để mà chống máng của anh khi mà anh đi ra tòa đó.
During these proceedings and all other court proceedings,
trong những cái lúc mà những cái này phân tòa kỳ trước là chúng tôi có thể dùng cái đó để mà công tố anh đó.
You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Và anh có cái quyền đó là hiện tại là anh là không có tội cho tới khi mà bên công tố chứng tỏ 100% anh có tội thì lúc đó anh mới bị buộc tội.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Rồi anh được quyền là đi ra để mà phân xử nhanh chóng bằng cái bồi thẩm đoàn nếu anh muốn.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine all witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Rồi khi mà ra tòa anh được quyền nghe những cái nhân chứng công tố anh, và anh được cái quyền để mà hạch hỏi những cái người mà công tố anh.
You also have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses in your own behalf by subpoena.
Đồng thời là anh cũng có quyền là dùng cái quyền của tòa mà để mà yêu cầu những nhân chứng hoặc là những bằng chứng để ra để mà bào chữa cho anh.
You also have the right to testify. You also have the right to testify and offer evidence in your own defense.
Rồi khi mà ra mà công tố thì anh có quyền là đưa những cái bằng chứng ra mà anh có thể ra ngồi để mà bào chữa cho chính bản thân anh.
Should you choose to do so.
Nếu mà anh mà muốn làm như vậy, anh được quyền.
But should you choose not to do so, no presumption of your guilt may be raised.
Rồi nếu mà anh không muốn thì anh không có cần phải phân xử.
You also have the right to have an attorney represent you.
Và anh được cái quyền là phải có luật sư, cung cấp luật sư cho anh để mà bào chữa cho anh ở tòa.
Some of you will be allowed to pose unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending prosecution of your case.
Rồi dựa theo cái tội của anh thì tôi sẽ định cái tiền bond cho anh, và anh có thể là tại ngoại hầu tra.
This may be by cash, commercial, or property.
Anh có thể là dùng tiền mặt để mà đóng, hoặc là anh có thể đi mướn những cái công ty để mà đóng cái tiền mà bond cho anh.
If you post a cash bond,
nếu mà anh đóng tiền mặt.
I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
I'm done.
Someone will deliver the full amount of the bond in cash.
Thì những người thân của anh có thể là mang cái số tiền mặt đó ra đóng cho tòa.
Together with any applicable mandated fees to the sheriff office.
Rồi ra tòa là cộng theo những cái điều khoản chúng tôi đặt ra.
Who will hold it until your final court date.
Rồi tòa sẽ giữ cái tiền đó cho tới khi mà anh đi ra cái tòa lần cuối cùng để mà phân xử.
At which time the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted it.
Thì cái lúc mà phân xử xong á thì là cái số tiền mà tòa giữ đó là sẽ trả lại cho cái người mà đóng cái tiền bond để mà chuộc anh ra.
If you use a commercial bonding company approved by the sheriff.
Và nếu mà trường hợp mà anh dùng một cái công ty mà bond mà của cao ty cho phép người ta làm.
Someone will have to pay the company up to 15% of the total bond amount as their fee for their service.
Thì cái tiền fee đó có thể là 15% trên cái số tiền bond đó. Và cái đó là anh phải trả.
This fee will not be returned.
Mà cái tiền phí đó là nó không có trả lại cho anh.
Someone may post a bond also using their property
Và nếu trường hợp anh có tài sản nhà cửa, anh có thể dùng cái đó để mà đóng vô bond.
if they have net equity in the property
Với điều kiện là trong cái nhà đó là có một cái số vốn lớn ở trong đó.
in an amount equal to 3 times the total bond amount.
Thì cái số vốn đó là phải bằng gấp 3 lần cái số tiền bond.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going around certain places.
Rồi có nhiều người á, là có thể là chúng tôi sẽ cấm không có cho tái bản tới những cái nơi nào mà đặc biệt mà xảy ra những cái sự cố.
This special condition will be provided on your bond order.
Thì cái điều kiện đó thì là chúng tôi sẽ nói trong cái điều khoản của cái bond.
For family members who will assist you in posting bond,
Thì những người thân ở trong gia đình mà để mà đóng cái tiền bond đó cho anh,
they will be provided with information of your bond amount after I've concluded the first appearance calendar for today.
Sẽ báo cho tôi sẽ báo cho gia đình anh biết là cái số tiền phải đóng bond nó là bao nhiêu ở trong cái bữa tòa ngày hôm nay.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized by law to set bond.
Tuy nhiên nếu mà anh hiện tại đang ở tù treo thì là tòa sẽ không có cho phép để mà anh đóng bond ra.
Your bond can be reconsidered after your probation officer has an opportunity to determine.
Thì cái bond đó là sẽ dựa vô cái người mà thanh tra trong cái tù treo của anh, nếu anh có.
If they wish to file a warrant for violation of your probation.
Rồi cái người đó có thể là họ sẽ công tố anh vì cái từ là anh phá cái luật của tù treo.
I will also provide you with your preliminary hearing date.
Rồi tôi cũng sẽ cho anh biết là cái kỳ tòa sơ thẩm kỳ tới.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there's enough evidence or probable cause.
Trong cái lúc mà tòa sơ thẩm đó thì tòa chánh án là họ sẽ đương nhận coi là cái vụ mà bắt của anh là có chính đáng hay là không.
To justify keeping you detained until such time as your case goes to trial.
Rồi người ta sẽ coi là vẫn tiếp tục là giam giữ anh để mà chờ đi ra một cái phiên tòa mà quyết định cuối cùng.
If you are charged with misdemeanor offenses only,
nếu mà trường hợp mà anh bị cái tội mà tiểu hình,
you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Thì nếu mà tội tiểu hình thì anh có thể là không cần đi ra cái tòa sơ thẩm mà đi thẳng tới cái tòa cuối luôn.
Waiving your preliminary hearing will not affect your right to post bond.
Rồi nếu mà bỏ cái tòa thì tới tòa sơ thẩm á, thì anh vẫn được sử dụng bond.
Your right to have an attorney represent you.
Và anh vẫn được có luật sư để mà bảo vệ của anh, để mà bảo vệ anh ở ngoài tòa.
Or your right to a jury trial.
Và anh vẫn được cái tòa mà để mà phân xử bởi là bồi thẩm đoàn.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Nếu mà trường hợp mà anh mà bỏ tiền chuộc ra thì cái tòa sơ thẩm là anh không có cần phải ra cái kỳ tòa đó.
And you'll be mailed a notice when to appear in state court for your arraignment.
Rồi anh về thì ở trên state court, tòa của tiểu bang sẽ gửi thơ đến cho anh, báo cho anh biết là cái ngày đi ra phân xử cuối cùng.
If you cannot make bond, you may waive your preliminary hearing and be taken before a state court judge.
Nếu mà trường hợp mà anh không có tiền đóng bond thì anh cũng không có cần phải đi ra cái sơ thẩm, mà anh cứ đi thẳng tới cái tòa trên để mà phân xử cái tội của anh cuối cùng.
At which time, if you plead guilty,
trong tòa đó, nếu mà anh nhận tội,
if you plead not guilty, a trial will be scheduled on your behalf.
Nếu mà anh không nhận tội thì lúc đó là sẽ tòa đó sẽ làm hẹn để mà ra chống án để cho anh chống án.
Okay, that will conclude my opening remarks regarding your rights.
Đó là những cái quyền lợi của tôi đã nói hết những cái quyền lợi của anh trong cái buổi tòa hôm nay.
I will now proceed forward with providing you with the offenses that you've been charged with today and provide you with the separate bond amounts for each charge.
Thì bây giờ tôi sẽ báo cho anh biết là chúng tôi công tố anh về những cái tội gì.
The first charge is striking a fixed object.
Cái tội đầu tiên là anh lái xe, anh đụng vô một cái vật thể ở đường.
The bond amount is $1,500.
Cái tội đó là cái tiền bond đó là $1.500.
You have a second count of striking a fixed object.
Rồi tội thứ hai là cũng là chạy xe đụng vô chứng vật ở trên đường.
Your bond amount is $1,500.
Thì cái bond của cái tội này là $1.500.
The third offense is improper lane change.
Cái thứ ba đó là anh sang lane trái phép.
Your bond amount is $500.
Thì cái tiền bond là $500.
The fourth offense is wrong side of the road in violation of state law.
Rồi cái tội thứ tư là lái xe ngược chiều.
The bond amount is $500.
Cái tiền bond là $500.
The fifth offense is driving without any insurance.
Mà lái xe không có bảo hiểm.
Your bond amount is $1,000.
Cái tiền bond là $1.000.
And the sixth offense is driving with an expired or invalid tag.
Rồi, số tội thứ 6 mà lái xe nhưng mà anh không có đăng ký trong năm nay.
Your bond amount is $500.
Thì cái tiền tiền mà bond đó là $500.
Therefore, your total bond is $5,500.
Tổng cộng lại hết cái tiền bond của anh là $5.500 đồng.
Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amounts?
Rồi, anh có hiểu là chúng tôi công tố anh về cái tội của anh và cái số tiền mà bond của anh không?
Tôi hiểu.
I understand.
Okay, please let him know that I've scheduled his preliminary hearing for April the 11th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Thì cái kỳ mà sơ thẩm của anh đó là sẽ vào ngày 11 tháng 4, 8:30 sáng và bằng Zoom.
And can you ask them if he currently has a job?
Hiện tại giờ anh có đi làm không?
Tại vẫn đang đi làm cho tiệm nail á.
Yes, ma'am. I work for the nail salon.
Okay. Can he give me an estimate of his monthly income?
Tháng làm được nhiêu tiền?
Tháng làm 3.000.
About $3,000.
So please let him know that I've appointed an attorney to represent him.
Với cái số tiền này thì chúng tôi anh được hưởng cái luật sư công. Tôi sẽ cho một luật sư tới để mà giúp anh trong cái vụ án này nhé.
Cảm ơn.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you ask him if he has any questions?
Rồi anh có còn câu hỏi gì nữa không?
Không.
No, ma'am.
Okay, please let him know that will conclude his first appearance for this afternoon.
Cái buổi tòa của mình là chấm dứt ngày hôm nay nhé. Anh đi vô đi.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir, as well.
Sure. Yeah.
This was first appearance.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Deputy Dunbar.
Yeah, good.
You too.